Hey everybody, Erica Stone here with Our Wholesome Home, and today we're going to talk about our vision words for 2021. Well, Happy New Year everybody. We've made it to a new year, and I know it's not January 1st, this is a little belated, but having two kids, sometimes I forget what day it is. The point is that it's the beginning of 2021 and January, so it's still a fresh start. And I think that everybody deserves participation trophies for surviving the events that happened in 2020. I'm not familiar with anyone's life who was not affected in some way, shape, or form by the events that happened last year. There's much that could be said for all the events that happened last year and the events that are still happening. But if I could sum up 2020 in one word, I would sum it up in the word change. There's so much change that transpired during the course of last year. There was a video on change that was posted by the Minimal Mom, a lady I follow on YouTube, and she and her twin sister talk about change and how it affects us. One of the things that stood out the most to me on there was the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people when it comes to change. Successful people tend to ask the question, what does this change mean for my future? Whereas unsuccessful people ask, how do I get back to normal? When I heard that blew my mind. That really just stood out to me. Now, I heard this quote one time, I can't remember where I heard it, but it says that without a point of crises, it's difficult to change. I think it's safe to say that we faced a few crises in 2020. And my question for myself and for you is, what decisions are we making today that are going to change and affect our future? Because all of our decisions that we make today will determine our destination tomorrow. Now, last year, my husband and I were challenged and changed in so many areas of our life, as most everyone was, and we had to make some tough decisions to where we were seeking the will of God for our life. And towards the end of last year, one word was given to us on 3 separate occasions, and that word for our family going into 2021 is the word grow. Now I want to read a verse to you from Ephesians chapter 4, verses 15 through 16, that says, "But practicing the truth in love, we will in all things grow up into Christ, who is the head. From him the whole body grows, fitted and held together through every supporting ligament. As each one does its part, the body builds itself up in love." Now, the first thing that we encounter when growing is pain. Pain is a natural process that the body has to go through in order to grow. Let's hear what Noah has to say about growing pains.
Hey guys, this is Noah and this is Erica.
Excuse me, who am I?
Erica.
I'm Mama.
Erica.
No, well, that's my name, but to you, my name is Mama, okay? Okay, anyways.
So we get a record a video. So it's
Yeah, what are we gonna talk about? It is recording. What are we gonna talk about?
a growing pain.
We're gonna talk about growing pains. Yes, that's right. Tell me about growing pains.
So if you grow, there'll be some growing pains in you.
Yeah, is it fun?
Yeah.
It's fun?
Uh-huh.
Growing pains are fun?
Uh-huh.
Well, how are they fun?
Because they're fun. But at the end, when we had Andy, when she was tired, then we said that growing pains were not fun.
No, they're not fun. That's what you were telling me the other night when you were crying. You woke up in the middle of the night a few nights ago crying because you had growing pains in your legs, huh? Yeah, that wasn't fun. But you know what? Growing pains are necessary.
Fun.
They're necessary fun. they're necessary in order for us to get bigger. We have to grow, okay?
Wow.
Yeah, it's not a fun part of life, but we need to have those growing pains in order to grow, okay? So it's all gonna be okay, all right? You're going through growing pains, and Abidu's going through growing pains right now.
And are you going to go for growing pains?
Well, I'm not growing this way, but sometimes I grow this way, and we're working on that. We're working on this way. A lot of us adults grow this way, not this direction. So we're working on it. Okay? You want to say anything else?
Yeah.
What else do you want to say?
Have a nice day.
So now that we've heard from Noah, I have a little side story of how Noah helped me grow and is still helping me grow. In the beginning of the year, I had my calendar set out on our kitchen table, and I was planning some content for our Wholesome Home. And I had my calendar all laid out there. I didn't pay attention, but Noah had gone and sat in front of my calendar. He's like staring at it, and then he was silent for a second, and then like I turn and look, and he's drawn, as you can see from this picture, he drew all over my calendar. And I walk over there and I was like, Noah, what? And I stopped, because the first words that my eyes came to was the word at the top that says grow. So I had to just take a step back and just remember patience. Patience is part of growing too. It was a painful lesson, but I just thought that was very ironic and very funny. So aside from that story, one of the first areas that the Lord led Ben and I to was past pains and past offenses. There's a book that we're listening to right now called Unoffendable by Brent Hansen. It's an incredible book. I highly recommend that you read it. There's lots of meat and content in there, and just it's really just eating away at us as we continue to read it. Now I want to focus on the word offense. In order to successfully move forward in life, we must first acknowledge that we have past offenses, and we then must come to the point where we leave them at the feet of Jesus. Who better to leave our offenses with than the one who's been more offended than we can ever possibly imagine? The one whom we ourselves have offended through our sinful humanity. He died on the cross and took on all of our offenses so that we don't have to carry them. Isaiah 53, verses 3 through 5 says, "He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed." In exchange for our offenses, he gives us peace. He offers us hope. He offers us love. That's what he offers us. The world doesn't give us that. The world, you all see what the world provides. That's not Christ. That's life without Christ. That's life without Jesus. Jesus is hope, Jesus is love, Jesus is peace, and he wants you to know him as such. The other morning I woke up and I was just thanking God for what he's doing. God's working in people's lives right now. Contrary to what you hear on the media and all the chaos that's going on, God is doing something right now in the hearts of people. He's revealing himself that he is good and he is gracious. But I just one word came to my mind, and the word is gentle. And the words just came out of my mouth. Thank you for being gentle. And he wants us to know him as such. He is the good shepherd. He loves, he cares for us. He leads us beside still waters. He restores our soul. Our world is so hungry for that right now. I'm hungry for that right now. I'm desperate to know Jesus in a new way, not just the way that we've been taught, and just so we need to be biblical about it, but not just the way that we've grown up hearing about him. You could hear about something, but unless you receive it into your life, into your heart, you don't know it for yourself. And the Lord is challenging us right now. We've been woken up in 2020. Let's grow in 2021. Let's be awakened. Let's know him for who he is. He is gentle. He is kind. He is love. He is peace. Let's know him as such. When we try to carry our offenses with us through life's journey, we ignore the tremendous sacrifice that Jesus Christ made on the cross for us. And we, in a sense, decline the salvation that Jesus brings. There's much more that could be said on the topic of offense. But in short, this is where the Lord's leading our family and going into 2021. Now, if you'd like to hear more about overcoming offenses, please head on over to my husband's channel at teachjesus.app, where we're going to be doing a series on overcoming offenses. So I want to hear from you guys. What are your vision words for 2021? And where do you feel the Lord is leading you to this year? Comment down below and let's just encourage one another and make it our goal to know Jesus better this year. Thanks so much for joining me. Make a great day. I heard this quote one time. I can't remember where I heard it, but it says, "Without change, it is difficult to change." No. It's stronger, right?
No, don't touch my hair.
Abby.
Oh, no, don't touch me. Yeah.
Every day, guys, every day. Somebody's unhappy here. I don't know how long she's been there.
Hey, guys.
Oh, say hi, guys. Hey, guys.
We're going to do a video.
You want to try that all again? It wasn't recording. No, but now it's recording. See the red on the top? It's recording.
So we get to record a video. So it's recording.
Yeah. What are we gonna talk about?